Cyberpunk 2077 has ruined me. Or in some part, maybe this channel has ruined me. Or more specifically, the way I play games now. For example, I recently dipped back into The Witcher 3 again after a long hiatus with the intent of going through it fully just for fun, and I can't stop looking for things. And I'm not 5 minutes into the game and I'm finding things that probably are nothing, or might not be nothing. Just to give you a little bit of perspective into what it's like to be me whilst playing now. Maybe if I keep talking to her, she's going to say something different.
Isn't there something you ought to be doing? Not now. Yes, yes. Isn't there some... Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, a torch. Oh, another torch. Oh, what happens if we find and light all the torches? I bet you something happens if we find and light all the torches. They wouldn't have just left ignitable torches and stuff here. But what order? What order do we have to light them in? Oh, braziers too. We probably have to light the braziers as well. What happens if we light all the braziers? We've got to try different orders as well. What's down the trapdoor? We can't go down the trapdoor. Hey, what's over on this battlement over here? More braziers. Hey, there's a chest. Can I make that jump? Invisible ledge. I must be supposed to come up here. Let's open the chest. No. Just scenery, I guess. It makes games take forever and it drives me a little bit mad at times, but you know, it all adds to the fun, and maybe I might discover something along the way and make a few fun videos for you guys as well. One prime example is one of the first people you encounter after the dream sequence, of which I've not actually forgiven the Wild Hunt for interrupting the ending of. The first character or interaction we have is one Bram. We all know him, we all meet him, and his cart has been attacked along the road by this griffin, and he's all a bit upset about his horse. Now, the first times I played The Witcher 3, I didn't take much notice of this. Oh, poor guy, he's been attacked, and you know, I wasn't that clued into just how Easter eggy the guys and gals at CD Projekt Red were with their games, which Cyberpunk turned me on to. But now I can't take anything at face value, and this scene stinks to high heaven. Firstly, if we take a look at the scene, he's not alone. There's a man here and a woman here, both kind of the same age by the looks of it, and they're dead. Bram doesn't mention them. He's concerned that he'll go the way of his horse. He doesn't mention two other people. Just coincidentally, they happen to have died at the same spot. Yeah, I guess the implication is that it's a hunting ground for the griffin, maybe. But then you have a look at Bram, quote unquote, Bram's cart. There's a crib in there. As far as I can tell, Bram isn't a family man. You'd expect there to be some kind of mention of his family, if people were worried about him, or if he was close to being killed. So there's a crib in there and some frying pans, and it really gets me to wondering what's going on with him. And what's more, we know from Geralt's words that griffin opt usually not to kill their prey outright, but to toy with them and keep them alive as they eat them piece by piece.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it alive, piece by piece.
Those people just look killed. So were they killed by the griffin, or were they killed by Bram? Did he attack them to steal their cart and horse, only to himself be attacked by the griffin? Is he a ne'er-do-well? I wish I had Kuroshi to tell me if he was or not. So at this point, I realize, like a bad cop on the street trying to incriminate someone, I kind of need some evidence before I move forward on this. So I did some digging around anyway. It doesn't matter what you say to him, nothing is revealed much apart from if you turn down his money, in which case he tells you about his cousin that runs the inn at White Orchard.
There's an inn here in White Orchard, sole one around, gets its share of travellers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you.
She, quite interestingly, seems quite shocked to hear about Bram and is worried or concerned for his well-being, and wonders if he's alright.
Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
No, from what we can see, Bram has only just been attacked by the griffin. How would she know that? Bram isn't on his mobile phone texting her or on a holocall, so she wouldn't know he's been attacked by a griffin. She seemed completely clueless as to those events. Now, as with a great many things you could argue against this saying that she just knows about the Griffin and she's concerned about his well-being, joining the dots and assuming that it was when you met the Griffin you met Bram, which meant he was in danger, something like that. But contrary to that, as he is a merchant who sets his stall up only a few yards away from the inn, it seems weird that she would be so concerned about him unless he had been up to something and she knew he was up to something. So what was he doing there? I have a couple of working theories, but there's one that settled like a silt in the bottom of my murky brain goo that is now and forever shall be my headcanon on Bram, is that his cousin in the inn gives him information on vulnerable travellers that are passing through and what they may be bringing with them. In this case, a young family expecting their first child and where they're going to be headed. And he will then go and intercept them, murder them, or just mug them and steal their goods, bring them back to town, sell them near her inn, and give her a cut of the profits. And that's why she was quite surprised to hear about him from you, because instantly she assumed that meant something bad had happened to him. On the other hand, as it is meant to be an introduction to the Griffin, which is the main antagonist of this area, as it were, or the monster you have to slay, that they just didn't really think through the placement of assets in the area, and in relation to the dialogue in the inn, maybe they just didn't think about the fact she wouldn't have known about the Griffin attack and it was just a mistake. I don't know. It's still strange that he would mention his horse and not the dead people there. I know what you're going to say. Why is he there trying to repair the cart with a mallet if it's not his cart? Well, you know, maybe it's easier for him to bring all the goods into town if he fixes the wheel first. He obviously didn't bank on the wheel being destroyed. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bandit. There is no blood on his clothes, but at the same time, if it's a well-worked scheme in the area, who knows? Unfortunately, things like this we'll never know because there's two sides of the coin when it comes to CD Projekt Red. There's the FF06B5 side where they accidentally leave an asset in that isn't anything that the community turns into something that they then later make into something more. And then you have the intentional, meticulous stuff from the Blade Runner references or the countless game references that they placed in the game to a blood splatter on a bin to denote the location where a character in the anime got killed. So it just depends on which version of CD Projekt Red happened to be working on the level design of this area on that given day. Maybe the Griffin did kill those two people and the horse, and he just happened to be passing by and decided to try and steal stuff before the Griffin came back to collect its prey. Maybe he's just selling a crib because he has a crib to sell and they just happen to be two unfortunate people that were killed either by the Griffin or somebody else. Me and my wildly inaccurate theories. And so it begins. I think I might make more videos about The Witcher 3, or The Witcher in general, or other games. Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. I gotta love digging into these, full of stuff that really will fit the way I play games now. If this is right up your alley, well, you know what to do.